Okay, so this is we're going to talk about midpoint, and if I'm trying to find the midpoint between these 2 points, what am I going to do? So this is the first thing that we're doing of coordinate geometry, which is figuring out geometry concepts within a coordinate plane. So I've got the point 5 comma 3 and 1 comma -5, and I want to find the midpoint. Remember, the midpoint is in the middle of the line segment, right? So we have a line segment, we want the midpoint. It's exactly halfway in between. So there's two ways we can do this. We can do it geometrically, which is basically kind of from a picture, or we can do it algebraically, which is using a formula. So here, one of the things that I want to just show you is that we can kind of make this slope triangle or a right triangle, which we're going to use a lot in geometry. So it's good to be able to see them. Where I'm going, I'm seeing the horizontal distance and the vertical distance between points. And then if I cut each of those in half, right? So this is 4 across. So if I cut this in half, and then this one is 8. And if I cut that in half, then that's going to be my midpoint because it's halfway um, between them vertically and it's halfway between them horizontally. So I can see geometrically, I found that the midpoint is 3 comma -1. Okay. Algebraically, all I really need to do is the midpoint is in the middle of them. And so I'm just going to find the average. So I'm going to find the average of the x's. Right. Okay. And you can see that this is my x. So this is for the x coordinate. It gives me the 3. And then if I find the average of the y's, I've got 3 plus negative, I think that's a -5. 1, 2, yeah. 3 plus -5 is 2. I mean, -2. And then -2 divided by 2 equals -1. And that's my y coordinate. Sorry for the glare. So I can, and then I would take these and write them as a point, 3 comma -1. So when you're doing this, you can either do it geometrically, although sometimes when you do it like this, it's hard because you might end up in a point that's not integer values and then you're estimating. So if you end up in a situation like that, you really have to revert back to the algebraic way. The way you'll see it in the book is written as a formula where you have x1 plus x2 over 2, comma, y1 plus y2 over 2. And that's your midpoint. But really, this is the x coordinate of your midpoint is the average of the x's, and the y coordinate of the midpoint is the average of your y's.